Thank you guys so much for being here. Belle and I are going to do our best to keep this really brief, but this is our intro call to a really fun 30-day health challenge that we kind of came up with on the fly because we both need it. And I don't know about you, but I do so much better in a group challenge type of setting for just motivation and accountability. And what we're trying to do with this challenge is create really simple, healthy habits. And that takes consistency. And it takes, doing it more than once over the course of a few weeks. I've read all sorts of things that it's like a minimum of 18 days to create a healthy habit. We thought a 30-day challenge was just a good time frame. It's not too long. We can stick to it, but we also wanted to make sure that the things that we're committing to are just really simple, doable, but value packed that can make a massive difference in our day-to-day lives. I've done health challenges, several of them in the past, and the key component for me is always kind of tuning into the natural rhythm of the season. And so we are in the middle of fall, we're gearing up for winter. And so how can we tune in to nature and what we should be doing in this season to really support our health and our healthy habits? And so we are in a season where it's shorter, darker days. It is a season to get cozy. It's a season to really focus on hydration, eating warm meals, cooking warm foods, mindful movements. That's a big part of what we're going to talk about. Connecting with others, because I feel like this can also be an isolating season. Another perk of a group challenge, a community challenge. This is also the time of year to stick to a sleep schedule, to create a good morning and bedtime routine, to embrace a slower pace, and to really prioritize going outside even when it's cold. We need the vitamin D. It's not as easy. You're not as motivated to want to do that. So we're tuning in to whatever God has for us in this season, but we're calling this rest, repair, and recovery. And so we're kind of just in the next 15 to 20 minutes share with you our ideas for we're going to break it down at the very end to 5 practical daily habits. And so our goals are nervous system regulation, circadian rhythm reset, and lymphatic flow. This is my niece Bella on the call. She's so
Hey guys.
Bella and I joined. We are what I'm trying to we're classmates in naturopathic doctor school together. And we were really inspired by a recent class that we took where we were talking about the circadian rhythm and resetting our natural melatonin and our cortisol levels. And so that's kind of how we came up with this, was after one of our classes one day, and just like, hey, what can we do to help ourselves? And then of course, what can we do to help other people? I'm trying to change the slide here. So let me know if you guys can see. Can y'all see the change in this?
Yeah.
And if you don't already know, the whole accountability community aspect is taking place in a group Instagram chat. If you're not on Instagram, you don't have to be in there, but that's where we're going to post just accountability and more of the details. But I'm going to share the link to that group if you're not already in it at the end of this. But Bells, introduce yourself and tell us about the challenge.
Hi guys. For those of you who don't know me, which I know a lot of these faces, but my name's Bella. I am Haley's niece. Um, yeah, I'm super excited to be doing this. I think I started the naturopathy school a little later than Haley, but jumped right in, and we're just learning so much good stuff. And I just kept saying, like, I want to share this with people. I want to share this with people. Like, I learn it and I immediately want to tell my friends because I want everyone to just enter into a healthy lifestyle. I want us to all be living like that. And then at the same time, we're kind of entering into this winter season, and I've actually usually don't have this hard of a time with it, but I've been having a really hard time with the transition of just getting so much less sunlight, of just my routine looking so different, my days looking so different because of the seasons. And I just found myself slipping into just bad habits of yeah, that just weren't good for my body, my mind, not sustainable. And so this is great for me. When Haley suggested this, I was like, wow, I need this so bad because like we're either tipping one way, you're either forming healthy habits and continuing to get better, or tipping the other way of where we start making these unhealthy habits that we don't even realize are having such an effect on our mind, on our body. But they become these unhealthy habits, and they're little and they're small, but we don't even realize it. And then they build up, and then people are just living so unhealthy. And so I think, yeah, I'm just super excited for this. And I do great with challenges. I love having accountability and community, and the fact that it almost feels like a competition of like, I have to do this every day. Not have to, but I like that. It's good accountability for me. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I mentioned, our three kind of focus points are lymphatic system flow. We'll break these down: nervous system recalibration and circadian rhythm reset. Oops. Um, and then we kind of broke those focus points into a few goals. Um, so let's just start with the lymphatic system. So some signs that your lymphatic system is not properly working are things. Oh, I hear some static. I don't know if that's Harmony in the background. Harmony, I'm muting you. I don't even know if she's there. Weak immune system, getting sick frequently, brain fog, fluid retention, swelling. I don't know if it's frozen. Recurring tonsillitis, itchy skin, rashes, especially like underarm rashes. Even if you're using natural deodorant, that's usually a sign. Difficulty sweating, cellulite, feeling stiff in your joints, chronic fatigue. So your lymphatic system is really important um, for moving fluid. Oh no, did it just go away? The whole slide? Did they go away, guys?
They went away.
Oh no. Why? Let's go back. Now can you see them?
No, it's black, but maybe. I see you.
Now?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. I like don't even want to touch anything. I'm like, it's gonna
I
mess up again.
know.
So it transports lymph. This is fluid containing white blood cells and proteins and waste. So this is how we detox. This is how we maintain good fluid balance. This facilitates your immune response. If your lymph is not draining properly, toxins are getting stored in places that they don't need to be. And so Harmony is not going to, oh, she's here. Harmony, when I was in Idaho not too long ago, was talking about some signs that she was having for needing proper lymph drainage and was showing me these really simple movements for lymph drainage and lymph pump. And they almost seemed too simple and too good to be true. I joined her in a few days of doing them, and we were doing them grounding and barefoot outside. And I could immediately feel energy from it. I do want Bella, and if Harmony doesn't mind, I'm muting, if you guys for just a moment could talk about what those exercises have done for y'all, if you've done it consistently or even inconsistently, because this is going to be a really big piece of our daily habit routine.
Yeah. Yeah. My mom found it and we started doing it. For me, when I'm consistent, like I did stay consistent with it for a few weeks, and then my sister and I did it today, but I fell off the train for a few days, and I just noticed such a big difference. Well, immediately with just like energy levels, that was huge. Energy levels was a big one. I have a hard time in the winter being motivated, having energy. It's just it changes, and then it's hard. Um, and so I'm someone who works out a lot, but even if you're someone who works out a lot, this is like an incredible warm up. It's something different. They're just very different movements than what we're usually doing. If you're someone who doesn't work out a lot, this is a perfect thing to just add as a really, it's not even a workout. It's like this simple stretch flow kind of warm up thing. So I noticed a huge difference in energy. I get really swollen lymph nodes right here immediately. Like I had this, it was like a crazy ball of a swollen lymph node. I don't even know how it happened. Probably food, but I did that consistently for like 2 days and that was immediately gone. It was swollen and painful. A huge difference in that, a huge difference in like my mood, just keeping my mood up. Yeah, everything was just less puffy. And actually, I didn't even think this would happen, but we've been having a few of us in my family sore shoulders, like our shoulders have been hurting, and just the movements from like the lymph every day, because they're just super fluid. That's helped my shoulder a lot. So, um, yeah, those are Mom, do you have stuff to add from this? You're muted, Mom. Oh.
Um, I would add, yeah, I'd say I'm consistently inconsistent. Bella is definitely a very great motivator. She's like very task oriented, like you, Haley. So it's like, okay, mom said we should do this every day. Let's do it every day. Mom, let's do it. I didn't do it today because I was in the middle of haircuts, but I can tell for me, it's a game changer with energy for the day. Like it's a huge difference of just kind of getting through the day feeling a little foggy or groggy, or getting through the day and just having a little extra energy. And then same with Bella, the shoulder was like an added bonus that I didn't even intend on happening, but I have been healing my shoulder from overworking it, and I can play volleyball now and I'm not sore, so it's been an added bonus. And Maddie's been doing it consistently and consistent as well. So what about you, Maddie?
Oh gosh, yeah, also just increased energy throughout the day, I would say. I have a job where I sit a lot, and so like I'll tend to get kind of stiff like pretty easily, and just doing this makes me feel so much more just like loose and just easier movement throughout the day for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like Bella said, the exercises are too easy not to do.
Anybody can do them.
Anybody can do it, even Jude.
I was
Yeah.
about to say, my 1-year-old can do them. It doesn't matter how old you are. So, Bella, are you going to model these for us? And I want you guys to be encouraged that this is a 12-minute daily body flow. 12 minutes.
It's
It's
so
a
easy.
series of 12 movements, and you do them for 1 minute per exercise. That is it. If you can, if it's possible to do these outside barefoot grounding, even better. So if
Yeah.
you grass, even concrete's fine. Wood, yeah. If you can do it barefoot and grounded, great. So yeah, are you able to show us?
Yeah,
Because
I can
we
do
do have a
it.
video we can share in our Instagram group, but
Yeah,
just want you guys to see how easy. And if you want to
it's
do it,
so easy.
Bella, you don't have to do them all for a minute. Just
Bella,
give
if
us.
you want to
Oh,
come
well,
outside, I could record you outside.
okay.
So
Well,
this
I'll
is
do it later. Yeah, but
kind of a silly way to make it easier, but we were setting a minute timer and then having to touch our phone every time and restart the timer. So Bella just started the stopwatch and we keep it running so we can see it. So after a minute, then we just change exercise. And then that way we don't have to touch the phone again.
I don't
Smart.
even know how you can see. You can't see my whole body, but you'll get the
Oh,
gist of
recorded
it.
it.
And every move has like a different intention behind it, which we could put on the video when we make it because it's kind of long. It's not that long to explain, but every move.
I can read about it while you show it.
Oh, read about it while I show it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Like
I'll do it.
why these movements work.
Okay, Maddie, you want to do it with me? Maddie just walked in. Come on.
This
Oh,
first one is called lymphatic hopping. This flushes toxins, boosts circulation, and basically wakes up your lymph system. That is literally it.
yeah, it's literally
Lymphatic
just this.
hopping.
And oh yeah, you got it, Haley. Yeah, it's just keeping your arms super loose, bouncing up and down. It can be small and it's literally only for a minute. But the whole point is that's super different in that like your arms are loose, your whole body's loose, and you're just getting blood flowing. The next one's body waves. If you want to read about it, Haley, this is how you
Sure.
get
So body waves loosen the spine, improves fluidity, and releases tension.
yeah. And then
Body
we have
waves.
arm swings, which is like
Next
this.
one is arm swings. So these open the shoulders, improve blood flow to the upper body, and resets your posture. So simple, right?
Yeah.
The next one is trunk twist. Trunk twist relieves neck and shoulder tension and increases arm mobility. The next one, this is dead arms. It relieves neck and shoulder tension and increases arm. Oh, did I do the wrong one? I did. Sorry. Let me go back, Bella. Go back to trunk twist. Trunk twist unlocks the midsection, improves spinal mobility, and stimulates digestion. Okay, dead arms relieves neck and shoulder tension, increases arm mobility. Okay, golf swings. These build rotational strength, coordination, and core stability.
What's next up?
Marches. These fire up hip flexors, balance, and joint health.
No,
Ballet squats.
my baby.
Who's talking? Wait, hold on, pause. Ballet squats strengthen lower body, improves flexibility, and opens the hips. Next is horse stance. Horse stance builds leg endurance, rooted strength, and focus.
And then it's just
And
tapping.
then upper body tapping. Yeah, get close to her for this one. This activates lymph flow, boosts the immune system, and increases energy. Because we don't want anything to get stuck. Like, we are electrical, energetic beings. Your thymus here between in your chest is like literally tapping it is a way you can boost your immune system, like, you know, like how monkeys do. So that's upper body tapping. Okay, lower body tapping. This improves circulation, reduces inflammation, and wakes up your muscles. So simple, but we're getting energy flow. We're breaking up stagnant places where circulation might not be flowing. Last one is face tapping. This clears brain fog, reduces stress, and brightens your skin tone. I just got a lymphatic brush. I meant to show it to you guys, but it's like a brush, not a gua sha stone, but it's like a lymph brush where you can you have lymph all over your body. You can look up like a chart online where all your lymph nodes are, but you have some in your neck, but you just simply brush your face. So these movements are small, but they're really, really powerful. And there's other things that we can do for lymph flow, like dry brushing and things like that. But this is just, thank you for modeling that, Bella. Great job. This is just so easy, and I am so excited to like see what I feel like after 30 days of consistently doing that. So 12 minutes a day, you guys. So easy. Okay, nervous system reset. So your nervous system is constantly talking to you. This is your body's communication center, and it's basically telling every cell in your body whether you're safe or in danger. And parasympathetic is the state we want to be in for healing and for digestion. If your nervous system is off, you're going to have signs like mood swings. Oh no, it went away again. Why does it do this every time I start to share? Can you see it?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get rid of this one thing really quick. Nope, not that. Oh, it's because we have people in the waiting room. Okay, sorry guys. Sorry if I didn't see you and you wanted to come into the waiting room. I'm so sorry. Mood swings, heightened anxiety, sleep troubles, tummy troubles, sensory overload, persistent fatigue, meltdowns, shutdowns. I mean, I'm like thinking of my kids, but this is me. Our nervous system is constantly bombarded with stressors of all types. And it's something that I really want to focus on for this season and for this challenge, so that we can get back to that parasympathetic state. Your sympathetic state is your fight or flight, freeze. That's your stress mode. That's where our cortisol levels spike. We have a lot of things that can happen when we're in that state, and that's like fatigue and weight gain and trouble sleeping and anxiety. But the other state is parasympathetic. That's your rest and digest, and that's where healing takes place. That's your calm mode. And there's a lot of different things that we could have chosen for the challenge, but we are going to focus on a couple things. When we get to the end, we'll share the daily habits, but for sure, deep breathing. That's going to be such a simple thing that we can do. 10 deep breaths, diaphragmatic breathing, where you're slowly breathing in, slowly breathing out. You can incorporate that with essential oils. I have Stress Away right here. This is kind of the one that I've been going to lately. I've taught my kids how to do this when they're having a freak out or just having a hard time calming down. And then Bella's going to talk about really a heavy hitter protocol if you're somebody who's struggling with maybe depression or just lack of motivation or just waking up in the morning and just really needing a boost and coffee is not cutting it, there's a heavy hitter protocol that we can share with you. But at the very least of this is going to be deep breathing. And remember, you're already starting off your day with grounding and lymph flow. And so that alone is going to do wonders for your nervous system. Adding in this component is also really, really powerful. So we're going to see a lot of benefits just from this one thing alone. But oh, before we get into the Great Day Protocol, I guess you can talk about this one, Bells.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So the circadian rhythm, I mean, everyone kind of knows what that is. It's your natural clock. It's your body's natural clock. And we are just throwing it off with so much that we do. And some of it's unavoidable, but there are some really easy things that are. While you sleep, that's like your biggest time that your cells are repairing and recovering. And that's the whole thing of why we're getting sick, why stuff happens is it's our cells aren't having time to repair, to recover, to recreate. So your sleep is one of the biggest times that your cells are doing that. That's when your cells are really working overtime. So it's so important to just start the day off from the time you wake up to when you go to bed with just healthy habits that are helping to support your circadian rhythm. And just keep that internal clock going good. My friend is a health coach, and she focuses a ton on hormones, which I know for women is just a huge one with just like our mood and so much hormones have to do with everything. But one of the easiest things you can do is literally like the first moment you wake up, instead of, I know it's really easy to grab the phone to look at it, you know, you have to turn your alarm off, boom. But one of the biggest things you can actually do to support your circadian rhythm is the first thing you do when you wake up is to go outside and just get 10 minutes of sunlight in your eyes. Like it's incredible. Just the studies that are done on just the 10 minutes of sunlight first thing in the morning and what that does for your circadian rhythm. So I'm going to do that because I was in that habit during the summertime. And then in the fall and winter, I got out of it and I started grabbing my phone because I was extra tired. And I thought this will help wake me up. And it really doesn't. It's just making it so much worse, the process and everything. So 10 minutes of morning sunlight, grab a glass of water. That's kind of like our extra challenge, is go grab a glass of salt water. We're learning so much about how important hydration is and electrolytes or salt on top of that, because even in like a great water filter, it's filtering out all the bad, but it's also filtering out all the good. So if you can just throw some electrolytes, throw a pinch of salt in your water, go outside and just get 10 minutes of sunlight, and you can do whatever. You can read your Bible, read a book, just breathe, stand there, whatever, but just go get 10 minutes of sunlight. And I know it's hard for those in North Idaho. It's hard for me because even when it's cloudy, it's still making a difference. Like the sun is still coming through. It's foggy, it's cloudy, but it's still doing so much for your system there. And then at night, as the evening reset, just really trying to minimize blue light after 8 p.m. No screen, like just trying really hard, no screens. I know sometimes it's hard not to. And that's why we're really recommending to try to get blue light glasses, something to block it, just minimizing it as much as possible. I think Haley might have a good link for that. She'll send to people if people want to get some blue light glasses. And then no screens 30 minutes before your bedtime, because that's really setting the tone for how your sleep's going to go. That 30 minutes before you're falling into your sleep. That's really important. So, and then, yeah, Haley, do you have anything to add?
No, I mean, there's so many things we could add. I think, again, just trying to keep it simple, 10 minutes of morning sunlight, no blue light after 8 o'clock. If you're like me, nighttime seem to be my only quiet time for work these days. And so if that is not an option for you, then yeah, blue light glasses, at the very least. You can also set that feature on your phone. Excuse me. Mine automatically goes like blue light off, yellow mode, at sunset. I actually just got a box of brand new light bulbs to replace some in the home. So there's blue light blocking light bulbs that are great for nighttime. And so especially in the winter when we do need light a little bit later, but they look a little bit different. So it's a cozier color. We just stocked up on beeswax candles. We try to do that in the morning and the evening. This isn't necessarily like these aren't a part of the challenge, all of the things I'm mentioning. I'm just trying to give you some more ideas. But I think we'll recap at the very end what all the challenge is. It's only 5 things, but I'm just trying to give you guys some more ideas here. But yeah, I think this is a big one for, I mean, so many reasons, like you mentioned, but especially in the winter to be really cognizant of healthy bedtime and healthy morning routines and just getting in sync with the biological clock so that we can sleep deeper, so that we can have more energy, so that we can repair and heal during our sleeping hours. So important. The next one on our list for our focus points for this challenge is just antioxidant boost every single day. Our bodies are always asking us for more nourishment and to de-stress. And so that's what this focus is on. But antioxidants, you guys, they reduce the risk of all sorts of chronic diseases. They protect against aging and they improve cellular function. They enhance your immune function. They reduce inflammation. They improve skin health. The most obvious way I think of antioxidants in like day-to-day eating is just living foods, colorful foods. So think citrus fruits, berries, carrots, vegetables, nuts. The more colorful, the more full of antioxidants it is. One of our favorite beverages that we drink every day is Ningxia Red. And there's certain times of the year where I'll do a Ningxia Red reset where I will drink more than my usual daily dose to really flood my body with antioxidants. So I'm going to be doing that. That's not necessarily a part of your challenge, but that's going to be something I'm personally doing. Ningxia Red is an antioxidant blend that combats oxidative stress and stabilizes energy. I'm just going to read this, but this is a normal serving of Ningxia Red is 2 ounces, and this amount contains the same antioxidant value of, I'm going to list these off, 100 grams of fresh wolfberries, 230 grams of blueberries, 140 grams of cherries, 1 cup of aronia berries, 125 milligrams of grapefruit seed extract, 4 pomegranates, 2 plums, and the list goes on. But that is obviously, that is the antioxidant value if you were to eat all of that versus just drinking a 2-ounce measurement of Ningxia Red. So there's other things we can do here. Of course, balanced like protein and healthy fats is really good for your brain and your mood. I take a supplement. I take a lot better care of myself when I'm pregnant, I will say. When I'm in this stage, when I'm just like, I just care, I feel like I take care of the kids way better than I take care of myself. I really make sure just to get 2 supplements well, 3 maybe, in addition to Ningxia Red. Green Omegas is one of them, but this is like food for my hormones. It's healthy fat for your brain, and also for neurotransmitter balance. Super B is another one I take. That's all the essential B vitamins, which are great for mood, focus, and nervous system repair, something that you need a daily replenishment of anyway. And then another supplement called Super Magnesium, which I take at night. So that's like my main 4 that I'm doing right now. I feel like I can't add on too much more, but I feel such a difference with those that I have to have them. I feel like they make a massive difference in my health. Whoops, went the wrong way. So antioxidant boost. Okay. Will you share with us this protocol, Bells? This is the one I was mentioning. If you are in a place where, especially maybe going into the winter, where you need a big brain boost, the science behind aromatherapy is exponential. I mean, you can find the research out there, but basically our limbic system through our nose, our sense of smell is directly linked to, our sense of smell is directly linked to the limbic system of our brain. And our limbic system of our brain is our emotional control center. So regulating things like your mood, but also things like blood sugar and temperature and cortisol levels. It's pretty amazing what can be done just through deep breathing and inhalation. So this is a heavy hitter protocol. Like I said, if you really are struggling with mental health, this might be a good option for you. So tell us what that is.
Yeah, this one's super good. I have done this one for a while. Just when I've gone through some seasons of feeling sad or anxious, I've experienced that a good bit before, and I'm definitely in one of those seasons right now. And this is something that it feels like, it's hard to explain how it feels, but it really feels like a reset. Because, well, like Haley said, like the essential oils, the scents travel directly to your limbic system, which is the control center of just like our thoughts, our emotions, everything like that. And yeah, so that combined with just like, we're learning so much in our schooling of just how important your thoughts are, and really like people place thoughts and I like cells in your body almost separate, and they're really together. Of like, if you can't have the thoughts of like, oh my gosh, I will choose joy today, you can't, like, it's going to be really hard to. So this is something that's really good, of like, you're going to take this time specifically to um just be super intentional with your thoughts, with your time. You have these oils that are great. They're affecting your limbic system straight to just that support center. So it says it on here, but you take Valor, you put a drop on your left wrist and right wrist and hold. And you can take this time and you can either just breathe super deep. You can pray, you can, say an affirmation of just, I'm strong, I'm brave, I'm going to get through this. Same with joy. You're putting a drop on your heart, rubbing it on your heart. Harmony, you're putting a drop above your belly button, and then white angelica from your crown and down, one drop in the palm, brush over your head, face and shoulders, kind of like a shield. So just being super intentional with that, like you have the scientific part of it already working for you, and then you just have to take control of your thoughts. And so it's just a really intentional good time. I've noticed like a massive difference in my life when I do this. And I've recommended it to so many friends dealing with mental health, or even just having a hard time being energized, focused. And it makes a huge difference. So yeah.
My kids came home, but
Hi, Harvey.
Harvest is very good at showing deep breathing, inhalation. So will you show everyone how many breaths do we take when we need to calm down? Free? Yeah. Okay, so stress away. Okay, show them how you do it. You rub it in your hands, and then what? And then you would do what? You close your eyes. You take a deep, slow. Good job.
That's awesome, Harvest.
How does that make you feel?
Good job.
Good booty. Wow, she's trying to be funny. Okay, let's wrap this up, Bells.
Yeah.
I didn't account for the exercises and how long those
I
would
know.
be. Okay, so here's our wrap up, and then I have 2 links for you at the very end that you can scan for joining our group. Wait, hold on. So here's our 5 daily habits for rest, repair, and recovery. I wanted to read what you wrote over there. Our goal is to break the habits that keep our bodies stuck in fight or flight. These 5 daily practices are simple but powerful, designed to restore your natural body rhythms and create lasting change. Over the course of 30 days, they help rewire neural pathways, supporting greater happiness, better health, more resilience. Small, consistent actions now can become lifelong habits that keep your body and mind thriving. So, for our morning reset, first thing is morning sunlight for at least 10 minutes in salt water. I have a specific brand of salt that I recommend, and I'll put that in the Instagram group. But so simple there. An extra bonus here would be just to journal one thing every day that you're grateful for. The next part of this would be your 12-minute lymph pump movement. And I did record this, so if you need to go back and watch Bella and remember what it looks like, you can. I'm going to mute myself, Bella. You say the next thing.
Okay. Next is the mind reset, the Great Day protocol. So if you have the oils, use them. And if you don't, literally just breathe and just take those minutes to just take your thoughts captive, to be super intentional with. It can be so short, like 3 minutes. Or in that, Matt or Haley and I had also said that it's a great thing to even just like journal one thing that you're grateful for. It's crazy what happens when you start writing stuff down. But just journal one thing you're grateful for in that time. Nutrition reset, antioxidants, and fresh foods. Haley touched on a lot of things. I totally spelled Ningxia wrong there.
Ninja.
But Haley touched on a lot of things that yeah, can help with that can support that. Supplements you can take, the Ningxia drink's incredible. If not, like I've literally just been going into the fridge and grabbing a carrot. So it's just like these tiny things that it's like, okay, I wouldn't normally do this, and I'm trying to be intentional right now to up that antioxidant fresh food boost. So it literally can just be as simple as going and grabbing a carrot, grabbing an apple, just things that aren't so normal nowadays. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And yeah, do you have anything else to say with
Well,
that?
we didn't add this in our list, but like I've been intentional just in the last few days as we've been planning for this, when I would want like caffeine in the mid morning, instead doing like electrolyte water and
Yeah.
just be like, no, actually that's not going to give my body the boost it needs. But just focusing on hydration. It's so hard to do that in the winter when you're not hot and sweaty all the time. But just kind of add that into your mix with like all of this.
Yeah.
Okay, and then our evening reset. This is the wind down routine. So either no blue light after 8 p.m. if you can do that. No screens 30 minutes before bed, at the very least, blue light blocking light bulbs or glasses when you are using your device. And then if you have, there's several ways you can wind down with minerals and magnesium. You can drink them. You can take the supplement I take. You can take an Epsom salt bath. But that would be a really great component to add to nighttime routine. Okay, last thing here, we've got 2 codes. So the group chat for Instagram for the accountability and all the details is on the left. So scan that for that. There is no requirement to buy any products to be a part of this challenge. This is just if there's something that you need, if you want the Ningxia and the antioxidants, if there's a certain essential oil that you want to add to your deep breathing routine. When you scan that code for the products, there's a lot there. And so these are just recommendations. If you're somewhere like Bella is, where there's not a lot of sunlight, or you're getting into even darker days, the Super D vitamin D is a good option for you. If you're really focusing on like hormone health and energy levels, then the green omegas and the Super B is a good option. You can ask us questions. I just don't want anyone to click that and see 25 products and be like, what? You don't have to get any of them to be a part of the challenge. You can get one, you can get all, but we are here to answer any questions and to help. I know that this challenge is open to whoever too. So if you were invited to this by another friend who uses Young Living and you need to get their member number from them, then do that. But we are just here for the community and the support, and to just cheer each other on into better health, and to, yeah, going into this next season feeling really great. When I think it's a season where I see a lot of people shut down and go into isolation mode and drink more than they should and eat more sugar than they should and gain weight and not have energy. And I think that we can approach the season in a completely different way. And I'm excited to do that with you guys. So thanks for being here. I do apologize. It was longer than intended. I recorded it though, and I'm going to share all the details and links and all that good stuff in our Instagram. Does anyone have a question before we sign off, or does anyone need me to go back and show a slide? Bella, someone asked if you would show the arm swings again.
Oh, the arm swings. Which is that the third? I think that's the third one, huh?
Let me see. Thanks for the inspo, Harmony. As always. Arm swings is the third one, yes. After body waves.
That one, oh gosh, you can't even see. Oh, and you can't really see my feet, but you're kind of like alternating. Oh, there you go, feet and arms, but you're just doing like this and just staying super loose and fluid with that.
Oh, she said show body waves too. That video was cut off.
This one's body waves. My ankles keep cracking. I don't know if you can hear it. But yeah.
Good question. I know Redmond Real Salt to be good. Harmony, I'll tell you the one that I recommend for drinking. Like I use Redmond Real Salt in cooking, but Harmony, do you have a salt brand that you recommend? Is Redmond still
I
good?
get my salt off of Azure and buy it in bulk. So
Okay.
I haven't actually bought salt for probably over a year.
The salt that I drink, and I just do a pinch in like 6 ounces of water in the morning, um, is it doesn't taste like I say, like salt water in the morning should not taste like the Pacific Ocean. Like it's fine grain sea salt. This one has over 90 vital minerals in it, and it's like $6 or $8. Anyway, it looks like this. It's called Baja Mineral from All Goods Products. Can you see that? I got it off of Amazon, but this one, when I was researching salts for drinking in the morning, because you want to do this first before you have anything else in your body to hydrate after sleeping, definitely before caffeine. It's 8.97. This was the one that was recommended because it's very mineral rich and because it's so fine grain, your water it's gonna disperse really easily. Like sometimes I don't even stir it. I just take a glass and just kind of swish it. So, um, any other questions?
Um, I don't really have a question, but I just wanted to make two little comments.
Yeah.
And that is, I've been doing the water in the morning, but I haven't been adding the salt for a while now. And one thing I do that it really helps is I use a pint jar, and then I have those, like white lids. So I fill that jar with water and during the day, and I put it on the bathroom counter. So it's there in the morning when I walk into the bathroom to go to the bathroom. I don't
Just to
even have to
remind you.
think about it. It's like, oh, grab my water. So getting it before my coffee. And then the other thing, I just listened to a really good, Susan Hyde, however you say her name, she's a Young Living gal too.
Yes.
I listened to this whole video she had recently she was interviewing someone who knows a whole lot about circadian rhythm and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, they were talking about how it's so important to be out at sunrise, but then the gal was also explaining in the video that UVA rise is super important for us. And she says that's hard to figure out when that is. It's 30 when the sun is 30% up in the sky. But she says basically it's an hour after sunrise. Well, that's a lot easier to figure out, an hour after sunrise. Plus, when the sun rises, some of us would have a harder time possibly getting outside right at sunrise, and an hour
Yeah.
after is a good, good thing to think about.
I like that. I'll look into that because even just looking at the list here of these 5 things, like the sun and salt water, that's just gentle, 10 minutes of gentle sunlight. That's just for your eyes. But to go out then, if you can time it to do your 12-minute movement with maybe an hour after sunrise, that would be a good time for that. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's interesting.
All right. Well, that's it, guys. Thank you for your time. Thanks, Bella. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'll see everybody in the group chat on Instagram.
Hey, Kawa.
Hi, Bella.
Hi, bud.
Hey, what's the name of the group chat on Instagram?
Rest, repair, recovery. Did you scan that code so you can join it?
I didn't. I was cooking
Okay.
dinner.
I can text it to you.
Thank you.
But it's also, if you're on your phone, just take a
Yes.
screenshot right here.
Okay, great.
I just had to teach Jeremy how to do this. He's like, how do you scan a QR code with a picture? I'm like, just hold your finger down on the picture and it'll open up the link. Crazy. But I can text you the link too.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. Have a great evening. Oh, I should say this. We start in like a week. We start November 16th.
Yeah.
Yep, a week from today. So I wanted to give everyone enough time that if you needed to order more Ningxia or any of the oils or maybe the Great Day Protocol, you have a whole week to get that in before we start together. So, all right. So excited.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.